business is business. I've made all the mistakes so that you don't have to. I've been training dentists for over a decade on how to start and run a successful dental practice. Now I'm opening it up to everyone. Dr. Heavenly Times here. Listen, I am so excited to announce my Mastermind course, Dr. Heavenly University. Listen, this has been such a long time coming. I've owned and operated multi-million-dollar corporations, and now I want to give this information to everyone. The first thing, we're going to start by giving away a free webinar. After that, we're going to give a 5-day challenge. We're going to start with your mindset, and we're going to end with self-care, because you can have all the money in the world, but without personal health care and taking care of yourself, it means nothing. We're going to get into business, trust, and leaving a legacy for your children, banking, and getting the loans that you need to start your businesses, all the 7 streams of income, and so much more. I'm so excited to give all this information to you. Click the link below to join my 5-day challenge, the Total Freedom Challenge. I've been a part of an investment group for a while. I call it the Heavenly Investment Group. We have not lost any money. Woo!
I'm clapping today, y'all, because my good friend, Dr. Heavenly, invited me. And like she said, within about 5 months, my money doubled. And I've been able to take it out. And at one point, I paid my mortgage with one of the returns.
Long story short, I stayed in the process. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you today, I earn more in a week than most professionals make in a year. Yeah. Okay? I'm serious.
I made the decision to walk away from my job. And fast forward a year later, I made $100,000 last month. And yesterday we made a whopping 2.68% on our money. That is a big deal. Because listen, you're not even making that in your savings account. So if I really want more, I gotta become an investor.
All right, this is just the facts. I don't care what you believe. Again, for the last 3.5 years, you've had ordinary people, all right, take $10, $15, $20,000 and now are making that every single week and living their life because they took a chance.
I love it. I love it. Such a blessing. Such a blessing. So this is huge. So guys, this is what it's all about.
Hey guys, Dr. Heavenly Times here, and so many people are asking me about the Heavenly Investment Group. Listen, I started this group for entrepreneurs that are not afraid to take risks. Listen, everything has a risk. Doing nothing has a risk. We talk about real estate and 7 streams of income, but with the Dr. Heavenly Investment Group, we have platforms that make you money passively. That's right, everybody's winning. Everybody's winning. From the time you put your money in, most platforms starting out 2 to 4% on average a week. So what we're doing is we're learning, we're growing together. I say start small, never put in more than you can risk losing. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you put in enough to make you excited, make you watch it, So it's an exciting time here with crypto. We're doing crypto hedge funds, Forex trading, and it's passive income, guys. You can't beat that. Okay, we're all winning, we're all making money, we're all learning, and we're all having a good time at the same time. There's no time like the present. No time like the present to learn how to make money, how to be successful. And at the end of the day, the most important thing is having the freedom to spend time with our loved ones. Join us at the heavenlyinvestmentgroup.com. Hey guys, Dr. Heavenly Times here, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about my Mastermind class. Now initially I thought about just doing it with dentists and teaching them how to start and run a successful business, but then I thought again, business is business, and this is something that everybody can benefit from. We're going to give you 10 modules, one-on-one sessions with Heavenly, and some group sessions as well. I'm going to bring in some of my esteemed colleagues that are going to talk to you about business, money, relationships, finance, looking your best, and so much more. Guys, I got so much to offer, and I'm so excited. Come to drheavenlyuniversity.com and you won't be disappointed. We're going to sacrifice about 2 years of your life to get you to everywhere you want to be.
It's yours truly, Miss Quad.
And I'm Miss Mary Quad's mother.
So we're here today to give our testimony about my mom's beautiful new smile. And this smile was provided by Smiles by Dr. Heavenly. So my mom had a crown that was a bit dated, actually more than 30 years old. What Heavenly decided to do was to update my mother's smile with a brand new crown. Heavenly makes everything extremely easy and comfortable.
The experience was wonderful. Everyone on the staff was very nice and kind. She was real nice. And she explained everything as she was going along. It didn't take a long time.
I really entrust myself and my dental work and my smile with Dr. Heavenly because she has over 25 years of experience, and that's a lot to be seen. It's just a more updated look. It's what's happening now. It's more of a now look.
Miss Mary, how you liking your new smile?
I love it. I'm very proud of it. Thank you, Dr. Heavenly. I love my smile.
Thank you, Heavenly. I appreciate you giving my mom this beautiful smile. And honey, she looks better than ever. She's pretty. Maybe the teeth are fine. I don't know. Smiles by Dr. Heavenly.
Business is business. I've made all the mistakes so that you don't have to. I've been training dentists for over a decade on how to start and run a successful dental practice. Now I'm opening it up to everyone. Dr. Heavenly here. Listen, I am so excited to announce my Mastermind course, Dr. Heavenly University. Listen, this has been such a long time coming. I've owned and operated multi-million-dollar corporations, and now I want to give this information to everyone. The first thing we're going to start by giving away a free webinar. After that, we're going to give a 5-day challenge. We're going to start with your mindset, and we're going to end with self-care, because you can have all the money in the world, but without personal health care and taking care of yourself, it means nothing. We're going to get into business, trust, and leaving a legacy for your children, banking, and getting the loans that you need to start your businesses, all the 7 streams of income, and so much more. I'm so excited to give all this information to you. Click the link below to join my 5-day challenge, the Total Freedom Challenge. Hey y'all, what's up? Dr. Heavenly here. Listen, it is 6 o'clock, right? At 6 o'clock, we start right on time. Tonight, we got an extra special Heaven Help Us, because there's so much going on in the world, right? So I felt only right to get y'all here to my YouTube to talk about what's going on with money, with Fed now. There's so many questions that need to be answered. And honestly, I met this lady months ago, and she told me exactly what was happening, what was going to happen, and it's coming to pass. You know what? And she's an expert on cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, all that. And I'm just excited about having her here. So I'm not going to let y'all wait any longer. I'm going to bring her right on in. Naja.
Yes.
What's going on, lady? How are you today?
I am incredible. How are you?
I'm doing wonderfully. Can't complain. I am so excited about you being here, because when I met you on a cruise ship, you told me exactly what was going to happen with our money, that there was going to be a digital currency, that a lot of banks were going to go out of business, going to go under. You said the crash of the dollar. You talked about bail-ins, right? And we learned here recently that a lot of the banks are not going to be bailed out, only the bigger banks for now. And the smaller regional banks are going to be bailed in, meaning they're going to get the money from the client. You got me? We're going to get the money from the client. You remember saying all of that to me, right? So you said it before.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I remember.
So let's talk about it a little bit. First of all, tell them who you are, Naja Roberts, what you do, and then talk about Dr. Heavenly University and the importance of coming to our mastermind coaching. And then we're going to get into Fed now, what's going on with crypto.
So first and foremost, Dr. Heavenly, thank you for this opportunity. And I just want to tell all your listeners, first and foremost, you are in the right place at the right time. And if you have not signed up for Dr. Heavenly University, you have got to do so. There is going to be some great information that is going to be disseminated. I have saved a lot of the goods. I've been stacking up, sister, because I'm ready to let the fire out of the mouth of this young lady to share with you all where we're going and what we need to do to be prepared. So my name is Naja Roberts, first and foremost. My husband and I own the only Bitcoin bank in the nation that is actually a bank where you can walk in and buy and sell cryptocurrency. And so we're excited about that. We're proud about that. We service our community. We give black glove service because our community deserves it. I also have a crypto kids camp for children. I am actually an author of my first book called it's Becoming Naja, because there's a lot of things that have happened to get to this space. I also am the creator of the Bitcoin Academy with Jay-Z and Jack Dorsey, put together the curriculum for that program out of New York in the Marcy Housing Projects, as well as I am a co-founder of the Black Wall Street Wallet with actor Hill Harper, who is now running for senator of Michigan. So I'm excited about that. Whoop, whoop. I'm excited for him. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm an ex-financial advisor on purpose. I tell everybody on purpose because I need to be able to tell our people the real. And when you hold licenses that they can hold and dangle over your head, they tell you what you can say and what you can't say. And I'm ready to let our community know what's out there, what's available, and that we have options. And so just to kind of wrangle this in to make sure that you're understanding where I come from, you've got to know the macro. A lot of times we see, and when I say macro, I mean macro events that are happening around the world, because every single thing that happens, you now have to start stopping and saying, how is what's going on in India going to affect me? And most of us will say, oh, that's India. It has nothing to do with me. But it absolutely has everything to do with you. So during this mastermind, not only are you going to learn about cryptocurrency, but I'm going to talk about BRICS. BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and all of these other countries that are coming on board with BRICS. They are the opposite of what the United States has been doing here with what's called G7. Why is that critical? Something is changing. History is changing. So we're watching money change. We're watching the people that use money change. But we're not only going to talk about BRICS, we're going to talk about things such as, I'm going to be teaching you when you hear these CPI, Consumer Price Index. What does that mean to us? What does PPI mean? You're going to be learning about Fed Now. Dr. Heavenly talked about Fed Now. What does that mean? The central bank digital currency, which is coming. CBDCs. What does that mean? What does it mean for the fear and price greed index? There is a such thing called fear and greed, and it kind of gets into the sentiments of traders. It gets into the sentiments of consumers. But if you're paying attention, you know how to beat that because you know how to be ahead of those things. We're going to talk about so many different things just really to help you understand money in its totality. The gold standard, what type of assets you need. because I believe that assets right now for us, no matter what age you're in, you need a four-legged stool, and that comes by way of legacy assets. And, we may or may not talk about this depending on what Dr. Heavenly wants me to talk about, but I can eat up and teach y'all about a 401k and why it should have been retired a long time ago. But that's a legacy asset. So things like 401ks, annuities, insurance, all of those things you absolutely need. But how you structure them is key in today's market. So we're going to talk about legacy assets. We're definitely going to talk about digital assets. But then there's these things that I call a veil asset, VEIL. And nobody can actually pierce that veil because we got secrets. And you know what we got secrets? We got secrets from these folks that have been doing this forever, and they haven't been sharing this information. But do you want to know why our ex-president only pays $750 in taxes and is not facing any federal indictment on that? It's because he knew what veil assets to utilize that can't be penetrated. And you can learn those things too. And so we're going to teach those types of assets. But aside of that, there's things called hard assets that you actually need to have in your portfolio as well. And those hard assets, there's about 4 of them. My goal, ladies and gentlemen, is to make sure our community is safe. We're safe because we have access to our money. We're safe because we've invested in the right assets. And that is what my job is, to get that information to each and every one of you. So as you are on this, Dr. Heavenly University, I am going to let it all go. And when you get done, you will have your actual marching orders as to what you need to do to get safe in today's economy, not last week's economy, not last year's economy. And I'm going to say this, Dr. Heavenly, if I can. The reason why you need to be at Dr. Heavenly University is because most of you have the mindset of my mom and grandparents and some of us that are in our 50s going into our 60s. We've been working our whole lives to save our money in the bank, right? Because that's what we've been taught. That's what the options are. But that mindset has got to shift. And why is that? Because the way that is shaking out is changing as well. So when we have a group of individuals that for 70, 50, 60 years have been trained to put your money in the bank and that's where you need to save, if that abruptly changes, which it is, we need somebody to help us understand why and what options we have. And so, Dr. Heavenly, I'm ready.
I love it. I love it. Now we got to get people some information. Tell us, and we've already talked about this, but I want you to articulate it. What is Fed Now and why was it created and how did you know this was about to go down? Because you told me this almost a year ago that we we're going to bail in the banks as the consumer. And we moving towards all that our 401k and cash savings and all of that is not going to be there. And tell us what your thoughts are. Of course, we're not giving financial advice, but what cryptocurrencies to hold on to and which ones to let go and what we can do with this digital system and where it's taking us. Give us some information right quick.
Absolutely. So the Fed Now program, the reason why I knew it was going to be implemented because it's been in a beta stage. And Fed Now is designed. So when you hear people talk about cryptocurrency, unfortunately in our community, it's been all about get rich quick. And some of us have definitely been able to, and I apologize, I got to get it in where I can get it in by any means necessary. But most of us have been conditioned to think that cryptocurrency is get rich quick. And a lot of us have made some money, but we've made it safely. And we want to teach you how to make it safely and not always chase somebody or something that is ultimately just trying to extract money from your bank account. So that being said, this thing called Fed Now was designed because if you hear about the ethos of cryptocurrency, it's been about scalability. It's been about being able to transact when the banks are closed. It's being able to transact across borders without having to ask anybody's permission. And so what Fed Now did is they said, hey, we're going to put together this thing to get rid of Swift. Swift right now is how they go about doing wire transfers. So even if you wire after 2 o'clock, people won't get it until the next day. But with this Fed Now program, they can say, look, we've got this program that if you use the Fed Now program, we're going to be able to wire 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but you got to use us. We want you to keep your money in the bank. The whole purpose of this Fed Now program is to bring and wrangle back in people that now have figured out we could do this all without banks, period. And so they got this Fed Now program. There's a lot of different nuances that I'll share with you, but it's basically to be able to say, hey, we can compete with cryptocurrency. You can now transfer your money on a Sunday at 2 o'clock a.m. You don't have to wait for the bank to open at 9 o'clock on Monday. They want to make sure that they got this money flow thing working because that's what cryptocurrency has been able to boast. As it relates to cryptocurrency, ladies and gentlemen, there are over 30,000 cryptocurrencies, and 99% of them were designed to extract money from your bank account. That being said, when you're holding on to coins, you got to, in my opinion, hold on to them for one of two reasons. First of all, monetization. I expect Bitcoin to monetize the way it needs to, not right now. And that's where we get a little antsy because a lot of us want money right now, today. But Bitcoin, just like every other cryptocurrency, is relatively new, 14 years old. It's got to find its way. And so when I buy Bitcoin, I'm buying it for 5, 10 years down the line, not 5 months. Because what I do know is Bitcoin will hold its value when all this other stuff comes crashing down. People are looking for safety. And so when you look at cryptocurrencies, I say monetization or mission. Those are the two reasons I get involved in the cryptocurrency.
So what
if I'm
you're
buying,
saying is Bitcoin is a long-term investment. It's not a short-term get quick, rich quick. We talked about Novatech and all that, and people have made money, but that probably can't sustain forever. What we're saying is everything's good until it ain't. Bitcoin, but why are you so sure that Bitcoin can stand the test of time? Because now we have other digital assets coming out that are going to compete with Bitcoin and Ethereum, correct? What makes you
right,
so sure that Bitcoin is going to stand the test of time?
decentralization, ladies and gentlemen. If they can't pull us in court, they can't stop. They can't stop Bitcoin. But what you will see is them attacking the on ramps. Like today, Bittrex just announced that anybody in the United States cannot participate on their platform. You're going to have several on ramps, meaning exchanges that are shut down because they can't stop Bitcoin. They can stop you from getting it, and they can stop you from cashing out to the best of their ability. But decentralization is the key to having the best Bitcoin out there.
So
I
what
mean,
you
not the best Bitcoin out there, the best coin out there that is decentralized. The rest of them say that they're decentralized, but are they in court arguing what they are? If XRP, Ripple, they're in court. That's not decentralized. That is a centralized platform, ladies and gentlemen, and they can tell Ripple and XRP next week through a executive order, cease and desist on that coin in the United States. And where you going to be at? You're going to have lost your money because you invested. And I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but I say Bitcoin is decentralized. They can't stop us. They can't stop it. They can stop us, because you see, unfortunately, what's happening with a lot of the people that hold millions and millions of dollars of Bitcoin. They're actually, unfortunately, coming up
missing,
deceased.
right?
'Cause, it's a
So what
sad
you're
thing, but
saying,
that's
let's
real.
be very clear now. You know, the people that, yeah, they fell off. 3 or 4 people that were crypto billionaires were unexpectedly deceased over time that we saw. And then we saw the guy that owned Cash App. We're not saying nothing bad, but what we're saying is he got stabbed. Okay, so what you're saying when you say decentralized, I want to make it very clear for the people that it's not regulated. Meaning when you do Fed Now, when Fed Now comes, because it's already here, to be here in June, they can see exactly where you spend your money. They can see where you spend your money, where you're going to spend your money. And I'm going to ask you a question in a minute, but it's centralized in the sense that it's regulated. They're saying Bitcoin is all over the world, meaning other countries do not recognize, they're not going to recognize Fed now, but you can still do your crypto with Bitcoin because it's too far gone to stop it. Too many people take it now. It can't be held back, and it's decentralized in the sense that it's not connected to you particularly. We're going to talk about this more at Dr. Heavenly University and educate you on it, because it's not with your name, it's with a group of words, correct?
Absolutely. So when I say decentralized, it means exactly that. No one person owns it or controls it. It is borderless. It is permissionless. If I want to jump on a plane today and take my whatever millions of dollars I have out of this country to go somewhere else, I don't have to lug suitcases full of money. I don't have to lug suitcases worth of gold. I can literally hold on to 24 words in my pocket, and I can go anywhere in the world and cash that out to be able to live in that with that currency.
And with
Fed
that,
now, yeah, Fed now is centralized. The Feds own it.
I'm trying to figure out why would they call it Fed now. Now we know the Feds own it, but to me, I would have came up with something like Pen Pal or something less bold. You know what I mean? Fed now just sounds so hard. I would have said Play Now or Pen Pal or Fax Now, Get Your Money Now, something. But they put their name on it so they know you know who it is. Now,
well, no, that comes with the arrogance that
absolutely with
that
Mm-hmm. She's out there. That comes with the arrogance of the United States of America. And what she's saying is, go ahead, darling.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
My phone is ringing off the hook. But what I'm saying to you is that's the cockiness and the arrogance of America and the people in America, because the Federal Reserve Bank ain't even a federal entity, but they need to make you think it's a federal entity. So hence the word Fed now. It's not a federal program, but it's a way for the Federal Reserve to now take it to a new level, but they want you to think it's federal. And anytime our community and every other community sees the word federal, they feel like it is the thing to do because it's safe. But gone are those days, ladies and gentlemen. You just watch. When you get to Dr. Heavenly University, I'm going to lay this thing out, and you're going to understand that the Feds ain't the best thing since sliced bread as it relates to our money. You'll find that out very soon.
And the thing about Dr. Heavenly University, we're going to go back to the history of crypto. We're going to talk about the history of insurance. We're going to talk about the history of why now our school systems are basically the same as they've been for almost 100 years, where they're teaching you to get a job. They're teaching you not to make money. They're teaching you how to work for money and not do what the 1% does and to get astronomical wealth, and how to protect that wealth. We got so much coming, but my whole thing is this, Naja, why should we buy cryptocurrency? We already been over that, but why should we buy it? Why specifically Bitcoin and not all the altcoins? And thirdly, once we get Fed now, what's going to be the incentivization? What are they going to do to incentivize? Because I read somewhere that in another country, when they implemented something similar, they gave people free money in order to join. And then once they joined, they were kind of locked in.
So let me hit that last point, because I don't want to forget that. Y'all remember with the 401ks, they gave you free money when they first started. That's how they got us in. You give $1, we give $1. And that's how they started. And now when I talk to most employees, it's 6% or 30% or some ridiculousness. They do things to get you involved, and then they take over and control the whole thing, which I'm pretty sure they're going to do as well. But you're absolutely right. So why should people get invested in Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies? Because that's just one of the assets you need to have in your portfolio. Diversification is key. You have got to be diversified in all sorts of asset classes. Cryptocurrency, digital assets is just one. Why specifically Bitcoin? I feel because it's decentralized and the technology behind it is unbeatable. All of these coins, a lot of these coins, they're creating their own blockchains, which means they can go in and do their changes and get whatever they need done based on their agenda. And Bitcoin is not that way, but we'll talk more about that. And then thirdly, you asked what's going to happen when Fed Now is in place. I really, really believe once Fed Now is in place, we're going to be ordered to bring in those dollars that are under our mattresses, or they ain't under my mattress, so don't come to my house. But under the mattress, in the wall, in the ground, you're going to be made to bring that money in. If you need to figure out how that can be so, in 1933, our president had an executive order to bring all the gold into the Federal Reserve Bank. And I can see the same thing happening with Fed now, giving everybody 3 weeks, just like they did in 1933, to bring all your fiat dollars into your bank to exchange it for the central bank digital currency that's coming. It's
Right.
coming. It's coming,
Because it
whether
will
you
be
like it or not.
worthless after those 3 weeks. The money is going to be worthless
Yes.
after those 3 weeks. And from what I've been reading, they're going to do it on a Friday. A Friday, because the banks is closed after Friday till Monday. They're going to do it for Friday. They're testing it. If y'all remember back in the day, they were telling people that their money was out of their accounts. These were big banks. Their money was just lost. They were testing. Ain't that right, Naja? They were testing to see if people panicked and what they were going to do if their money was just gone.
Well, we can look up 3 weeks ago when people were standing outside the bank, Signature Bank in New York. They called the police on them. And all they wanted was their money out the bank. Why would you put your family in that position when you know what is about to take place? This is not a joke. This is not a drill. It is happening. And those of us that are economists and we are watching everything happening, and they're saying one thing online or on the news, and they're doing something totally different, ladies and gentlemen. And if you need more confirmation, I'm going to share with you all what Janet Yellen just said last week. And Dr. Heavenly, I'm not going to give him too much juice. But last week, Janet Yellen told America that the question by one of the representatives said to Janet Yellen, are you going to bail out all the banks? And she said, no, we're not going to bail out all the banks. And he said, well, what's the criteria for which banks you bail out and which ones you don't? And she says, oh, I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. We're going to sit down with the president and he and I are going to come up with the metrics. You figure it out if you want to, but I know who they ain't going to bail out. It's going to be us. So they can bail out the millionaires and the billionaires because they had billions of dollars in those banks. But what happens with the little person like myself that has a couple $1,000s in the bank? You think they're going to care about you? Get over it. It ain't going to happen.
So I'm gonna give you this, and it's one of the things we're gonna give you at Dr. Heavenly University. Get your money at them small regional banks. They've been very clear they're not gonna bail out the small banks. They're gonna bail out the big banks because that's where their money is, right? Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, all those big banks. Go find out the banks that have more than $3 billion or whatever the number is. But get your money at them small regional banks. Listen, and I know from history is that you have to have land, you have to have assets. We're going to talk about diversifying, and we're going to talk about a lot of these different things at Dr. Heavenly University. But the main thing you must do is be prepared, because the internet can be shut down. Correct, Naja? Can the internet be shut down for a period of time where you're not going to be able to have any currency flowing, and you need to have cash just a little? This is what I'm hearing. For at least 90 days, cash, low bills, because at some point, the internet can be shut down.
The internet can be shut down. And one of the things that people don't realize is with Bitcoin, we can still transact if the internet is down. It has nothing to do, it has to do with the internet, but there are different radio frequencies and things that we're learning. And I'm going to share those things with you all on Dr. Heavenly's University as well. So you can be ready. Ladies and gentlemen, this entire conversation that I'm going to be talking about is about self-sovereignty. Self-sovereignty with everything and all your assets, because you absolutely can do it.
Guys, I'm so excited. And think about this. Naja is just one of the aspects of Dr. Heavenly University. We got experts coming in from every aspect of money and your 8 streams of income. And all this is biblical. We're going to take it back to the Bible and show you how gold and silver, kings and queens were paid in gold, in silver, and lords and ladies were paid in gold, and the slaves were paid with the fiat money that's worthless. So we're going to talk about the history. It's going to be so interesting. It's going to be so entertaining, because I like to edutain, give you stories in between. But we have a curriculum I'm so proud of, that I set up a whole curriculum where you get the information, you get homework, you get things to read. And I'm telling you, when you come out of there, you're going to have a testimony that you now understand what the top 1% are doing. And I'm telling you, Dr. Heavenly University ain't for everybody. It's for those 5%ers that understand when this great wealth transfer happens, we gonna be on the other side of it. Because like Warren Buffett said, and he quoted somebody else, said, when the blood is in the streets, it's going to be time to buy real estate. It's going to be time to buy land. It's going to be time, and it's going to be easy to get because ain't nobody going to have no money. And we're going to talk about that and more. I am so excited, Naja. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm excited. Y'all better get your ticket to Dr. Heavenly's event because I'm telling you that university is going to be fire. We are bringing all of the guns and ammunition to the party.
Guys, we only have a few slots left. So if you're interested, go to drheavenlyuniversity.com. At the top of the page, hit join my masterclass. My masterclass. We have another 5-day challenge coming up soon, but the masterclass is where we get Naja, and we actually have a class where she's going to teach you, and so many more are going to teach you about the 8 streams of income, the trust, the insurance, everything you need to know. Not just that information, but the history, so you understand what you're investing in and why, and giving you proof where you can Google this information. We're not lying to you. We're not giving financial advice, but we're going to give you the information so you know it's right. Okay? So y'all join Dr. Heavenly University today. Thank you, Naja. Guys, if you can hear my voice, make sure you subscribe to this channel and leave your questions in the question box because I actually read them. And make sure you hit that notification bell because we're going to be able to, we're going to be giving all kind of information out, okay? All kind of information. Naja got knocked off, but we finished with her. We're going to be giving out all kind of information, and I want you guys to know what it is. And when I give it, it's going to be fire, okay? Dang that married to medicine. We're talking about keeping your family safe. We're talking about keeping your family right. And the last question I wanted to ask Naja is, how does she protect herself? Because she's putting out a whole lot of information that people might not want out there. You know what I'm saying? For our people, but how she keeps herself safe. And my whole thing is, listen, if you're doing God's work, the Lord's work, you have nothing to fear. And I'm going to tell you again and again and again, if God took care of the birds and the bees, you know he's going to take care of us. But Dr. Heavenly University is for the people that want to become on the other side of that wealth transfer. Now, God's going to take care of us. We all going to eat and sleep or whatever and have housing, hopefully. But if you want to be that 1%, it's going to be a great wealth transfer if you prepare now. You're going to have to prepare now. Now, y'all have a great evening. Make sure you go to www.drheavenlyuniversity.com. It's on the screen. And we're going to see you at our mastermind. And keep following me, guys. And follow my Patreon, too, because I'm going to go live with some of this as well. And we're going to give y'all the information. I'm so excited about it. I'll see y'all soon. Y'all have a great evening. Bye. Let's see if I can get this. What am I doing? Here we go. Business is business. I've made all the mistakes so that you don't have to. I've been training dentists for over a decade on how to start and run a successful dental practice. Now I'm opening it up to everyone. Dr. Heavenly Times here. Listen, I am so excited to announce my Mastermind course, Dr. Heavenly University. Listen, this has been such a long time coming. I've owned and operated multi-million-dollar corporations, and now I want to give this information to everyone. The first thing we're going to start by giving away a free webinar. After that, we're going to give a 5-day challenge. We're going to start with your mindset, and we're going to end with self-care, because you can have all the money in the world, but without personal health care and taking care of yourself, it means nothing. We're going to get into business, trust, and leaving a legacy for your children, banking, and getting the loans that you need to start your businesses, all the 7 streams of income, and so much more. I'm so excited to give all this information to you. Click the link below to join my 5-day challenge, the Total Freedom Challenge. Hey guys, Dr. Heavenly Times here, and so many people are asking me about the Heavenly Investment Group. Listen, I started this group for entrepreneurs that are not afraid to take risks. Listen, everything has a risk. Doing nothing has a risk. We talk about real estate and 7 streams of income, but with the Dr. Heavenly Investment Group, we have platforms that make you money passively. That's right, everybody's winning. Everybody's winning. From the time you put your money in, most platforms starting out 2 to 4% on average a week. So what we're doing is we're learning, we're growing together. I say start small, never put in more than you can risk losing. But But at the same time, you want to make sure that you put in enough to make you excited, make you watch it, you know? So it's an exciting time here with crypto. We're doing crypto hedge funds, forex trading, and it's passive income, guys. You can't beat that. Okay, we're all winning, we're all making money, we're all learning, and we're all having a good time at the same time. There's no time like the present. No time like the present to learn how to make money, how to be successful. And at the end of the day, the most important thing is having the freedom to spend time with our loved ones. Join us at the heavenlyinvestmentgroup.com.